The third week of Nebraska fall practice just wrapped up, and over the last couple of days, we've learned a bunch of new nuggets regarding breakout players, positional battles, and of course, a little bit of inside information. So in today's video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know and more. So really quick, we have a lot to talk about today. Make sure to hit that like button. If you're starting to get fired up, I know I am. And hey, if you're new to the channel or just a returning viewer, make sure to subscribe. I post a video talking Nebraska football every single day, and it's all gas, no breaks. Only 2 weeks away from this season. So if you don't want to miss anything this fall related to your favorite team, hit that subscribe button and join the best family here on Husker YouTube. But without further ado, let's get into it, talking about Nebraska fall practice, week 3, and some of the nuggets and storylines that we've learned over the last couple of days. The first storyline I want to talk about today is the last positional battle that's really still going on for the Huskers, and it's just heating up. The battle for cornerback number 2 alongside Tommy Hill. There's a couple finalists, it looks like, to start on game 1 versus UTEP, and let's just roll over them. Number 1, Bly Hill. I am pleased to announce that he looks to be 100% back. He's no longer in the yellow jersey. However, he's not been practicing with the ones recently, but he is back to being healthy. We'll get to that. Mario Buford is still in the hunt for that starting spot. He started to begin fall practice, and of course, at that open practice, he was starting at corner. Now, over the last week or so, he has no longer been starting there, so put that in the back of your mind, but Mario Buford is still in the mix. And by the way, if he doesn't start at corner, he's still going to be in the mix at safety, nickel corner. They're playing him all over the field. Larry Tarver, another guy who was not starting at the beginning of fall practice, but over the last couple weeks, he has gotten a lot of reps with the ones. However, he's been out with injury, just a little dinged up. He's been in the yellow jersey a little bit, but should be ready to go going into next week. Jeremiah Charles, same deal there, freak athlete, had a really good spring, had a really good fall, been running with the ones every now and then, but has also been banged up and wearing the yellow jersey considerably. And the last guy I want to mention who's in the hunt for this cornerback 2 job is Sear Wright. I've got a lot of questions about him. People are asking me, how is he performing? Is he playing well? Is he in the mix to start even? And what I tell them is he's playing actually very well. You can see the potential. You can see why he was very successful at USC. The only problem is he's only been on campus for 1 month. Compare that to guys like Mario Buford and Bly Hill have been on campus since January, or even guys like Jeremiah Charles, who's been on campus for over a year now. So it's hard for Sear Wright to really get accustomed to this defense compared to these other guys. If for that reason, they already have a leg up. So interesting development there that Bly Hill is back but hasn't been practicing with the ones. It's still a very open battle. We'll see if Bly Hill is as good as advertised. We know that Matt Rhule was hyping up this guy earlier in the spring. Now, if I were to say my 2 favorites besides Bly Hill, okay, to start there at corner 2 alongside Tommy Hill, it would be either Larry Tarver, and this is a guy that I've hyped up throughout the spring. He has the best ball skills out of the freshman cornerbacks, true man-to-man corner, and it has been running with the ones recently. He's just been getting banged up. And then my other wild card is Sear Wright. He's the true wild card there. If he can play the potential, it's going to be almost impossible for Matt Rhule to keep him off the field. So that battle's still wide open. I'd imagine they find their guy early this week, even later into the week, because they start getting into game prep on Wednesday. But another positional battle to watch out for. Let's get into my second storyline for today's weekly wrap-up. Everybody's favorite segment, the breakout players from week number 3. Let's go to the defensive line first. Now, there's always a different guy we can mention here. This week's is Riley Van Poppel. Now, this is a player who honestly does not get enough love from the fan base. When we talk about the defensive line, we're always hyping up the starting 3, or Cameron Lenhart, or Prince Wall Manuelum. James Williams has got a lot of love recently. Keone Davis has got a lot of love recently. But we forget that Riley Van Poppel did not redshirt last year as a true freshman. That's hard to do as a nose tackle in the Big Ten. He is so incredibly talented. You know, compare that to James Williams. A lot of people have been getting on the James Williams train recently, and he deserves it. He's a great player, but they redshirted James Williams as a JUCO transfer. They didn't redshirt Riley Van Poppel as just a true freshman. So that's pretty ridiculous. He's going to be a very good player. And I've had a hot take about Riley Van Poppel in the past. I have said when Riley Van Poppel's career is over with Nebraska, so not right now, but when he's a senior, he will be better than Nash Hutmacher. And I know a lot of people were like, Wilson, how could you say that? Nash is so good. That shows you how much I think of Riley Van Poppel, because when Nash got to campus, for those first 2 and 3 years, he wasn't playing. Riley played as a true freshman, and he was a better recruit. So I think he's going to be awesome. He's going to be just a wall on that nose tackle spot for years to come, and I heard a lot of good things about him in fall camp this week. Let's go back to the wide receiver position for my second breakout. This guy is just a weekly talking point at this point. Ja'Cory Barney, man, this is a player, just get on the field and make plays constantly. He's just so slippery, has great ball skills, great speed. Another player where it's going to be almost impossible for Rhule to keep him off the gridiron if he does all the right things, if he learns the playbook at a high level. It looks like he's doing just that because he's constantly making plays. I keep hearing good things about how he's performing, whether that's in day-to-day scrimmages, whether that's just in a normal practice. He's the real deal. Buy some stock right now in Ja'Cory Barney because he is going to be in the mix for playing time this year. He's absolutely going to play. He might just start. So watch out for Ja'Cory Barney. Another good week for him. Let's go to the offensive line. Gunnar Gatula is my next breakout player. Listen, it's hard for a second-year tackle to be that swing tackle on the bench, to be basically that sixth man on that offensive line. But I feel very confident with Gunnar Gatula. He was so good last year that the staff was seriously considering not redshirting him. Now, he is redshirted. He has a year under his belt, but he is a straight mauler. He was great coming out of Lincoln Southeast, really developed in the pass pro, heard some good things about him in the running game as well. I feel confident with him at left tackle. Again, he's not going to start necessarily, but he's going to be that swing tackle where, okay, if Turner goes down or if Ben goes down at right tackle, you're going to put in Gatula and you feel good about it. So he had a very good week. Got some valuable reps of the ones. So watch out for Gunnar Gatula there. 3 other guys I want to talk about real quick. Let's talk about Mekhi Bayer. He was running with the ones this week. I think he's another guy that goes under the radar in that linebacker room. We talk about Buda Wright. We talk about Vincent Shavers. Mekhi Bayer has started a lot over the last year, whether that's at Jack, whether that's at inside backer. He plays multiple positions, and he started this week throughout scrimmages, throughout practices, so watch out for him. Just heard that he was running with the ones. Prince Will Umanmielen got a lot of love this week. The staff was talking about him, a guy who went to practice. There was a certain father of a player on this defense who attended practice, and he was talking a little bit about the players on defense, and he said, Prince Will Umanmielen, watch out for him. He's a freak athlete. He's a freak of nature, and he has NFL potential. We're not going to name drop who that parent is, but my goodness, again, he hyped up Prince Will, and that's awesome. And that we've heard that throughout the offseason. I've had a lot of good things to say about him, and another good week for Prince Will. But Matt Rhule said this, and I think another coach said this as well. It's all about him figuring out the small things, right? Going to practice every single day, eating right, learning the playbook, right? It's what he does from Monday to Friday rather than what he does on Saturdays. So watch out for Prince Will. Last guy I want to mention here, Caleb Benning has been running with the 2s recently. Really, he's been running with the 3s to start off fall ball, got upgraded to the 2s. Caleb is a dark horse to not redshirt. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I think he probably will redshirt, but another guy who is super naturally gifted. I've seen a lot of Caleb Benning play because he was a West Side kid, but Caleb Benning, man, really been rising through the ranks, had a good week. All right, those are my breakouts for week 3. Let's get into another storyline that we learned over the last couple of days, and this is the culture factor. The culture is at an all-time high. What does that mean, Wilson? That means players are bought in. That means the coaching staff is bought in. And the reason why I say this is because the fan base overreacted a couple of days ago when it comes to Matt Rhule shutting down practice. How dare Matt Rhule shut down practice and not allow scouts and parents and coaches to attend? He must be hiding something. That's not the case. And I heard a lot of people saying that. Matt Rhule shut down practice purely because he wants his players to go out there and play their best brand of football with no distractions, with no eyes on them. And they did just that. Okay, I don't know about you, but we haven't been hearing too many nuggets about fall practice this year. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say I have sources because that's corny, but I hear things. I know people who go to the university. I know people who regularly attend practice. And compared to what I heard in spring ball, I would hear something new every single day. This guy's popping off. This guy's playing well. In fall practice, it's been completely different. I've heard nothing. It's been radio silent. And that's a good thing. Matt Rhule doesn't want leaks to come out. He knows that he has a very talented team on his hands. He doesn't want the depth chart to leak. He doesn't want a breakout player to leak. That's a good thing, folks. Matt Rhule is containing this culture, and he's doing a very good job. For that reason, we haven't heard too many nuggets, and I like that. We'll find out in due time. We have 2 weeks, folks. But compare that to a team like Colorado with cameras all over them, scouts at every single practice. You think their culture's better off than ours? Heck no. Heck no. They're crumbling. We're flourishing. So I want to talk about that real quick in the culture factor. And the last thing I want to talk about in today's weekly wrap-up is the man himself, Dylan Raiola. Listen, Big Ten Network was on campus earlier this week, and a couple quotes from them. They said, Dylan Raiola, good as advertised, wise beyond his years, and mature. And I was talking with one of my friends who goes down to Lincoln, and he's a photographer for the media team. So he's at almost all these practices. And I'm saying to him, I think Dylan Raiola is going to be special. And he says, Wilson, you're underestimating him. You think he's going to be special? Just wait until you see what I've been seeing every single day. Dylan Raiola is going to be a heck of a player. He is going to be bounds and above everything that we're expecting. I mean, just imagine the expectations on this kid. And for people to come out there and say, yeah, you think you are expecting a lot, he's going to be even better than that. And I know a lot of people might be saying, Wilson, I've heard this song and dance all offseason. Dylan Raiola is going to be good. Dylan Raiola is going to be generational. I won't believe it until I see it. And to that person, I'll say, okay, that's fine. You'll see it in 2 weeks. But to the rest of us, let's get hyped up now because Dylan Raiola, this guy's going to be good. And he's not just going to be good. He's going to be great. He's going to be elite. He's going to be generational. He is going to be in the mix to be one of the best quarterbacks in the country from day one. Drink the Kool-Aid about this guy. It's not every single day you have the number one quarterback in the country on your roster. So Nebraska fans don't know how to act. They're too used to getting hurt at that quarterback spot and having a guy not living up to expectations. Dylan Raiola is not only going to live up to expectations, he's going to exceed them. So been an incredible week for him. Heard a lot of good stuff. He's making plays. Honestly, he's making the secondary look bad because he's performing so well. He just doesn't make mistakes. As of recording this video, he has not been named quarterback one. Now, game prep starts on Wednesday for UTEP. I'd imagine we will see him announced very, very soon, if not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's when he's going to be named quarterback one. It's a done deal. He's the guy. Let's move on. All right, guys, big week for week number 3. We're getting close to the season, only 2 weeks away. So get excited, everybody. UTEP is up next. All right, guys, let me know down below. What was your big takeaway from this week of fall practice? And hey, if you made this far in the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, folks, go Big Red, go Matt Rhule, and see you in the next one.